Welcome to the first unit of our EDM course. In this unit we're going to cover the basics of EDM and start with a bit of history and background to understand why and how was it developed. We then look into linked open data to understand a bit better the basis of EDM before we spend some time to look at the structure of EDM and what the minimum is that our data partners have to provide in order to publish their data in Europeana. Let's look at what Europeana is aiming for since it was established in 2008. We are on a mission to build on Europe's rich heritage to make it easier for people to use it, whether for work, for learning, or just for fun. If we are talking about Europe's rich heritage, we are talking about at least 28 countries and even more languages. We are also talking about many different types of cultural heritage organizations, galleries, museums, archives, libraries, sound and audiovisual archives, covering a whole range of themes from biodiversity to archaeology to fashion. This results in quite a variety of metadata standards that are used across the sector in Europe. So for Europeana to give access to Europe's rich heritage and make it easier to use, we have to find a way to integrate all these various standards and make the metadata of all the institutions we are working with interoperable. The search for a lowest common denominator of all the various standards led to the development of the Europeana Semantic Elements, a data model used since November 2008 when the Europeana prototype was launched. The Europeana Semantic Elements, or ESE, is a flat record structure that uses the Dublin core element set with some Europeana extensions. In principle, it served the purpose of making the metadata of our partners interoperable, but it also came with some deficiencies. And I'm giving some examples now. First, ESE does not allow to distinguish between the physical object in the collection of an institution and its digital representation, as different characteristics apply or may even apply to a digital photograph of a painting compared to the painting itself as a physical object. This makes it very difficult for an institution to present their collections properly using ESE. Second, ESE does not allow to add more semantic elements for more granularity. It's not flexible enough to deal with the specifics of the objects we are working with. Third, ESE only allows literals like text strings and numbers to describe resources. Adding links or unique resource identifiers, URIs, is not possible, which makes a meaningful link between objects and resources impossible. If we aim to make it easier for people to use it, it is essential to go beyond literals and allow the data to become even linked open data. Being aware of the deficiencies of ESE, there's a need for something else, a more flexible data model that is able to remedy the deficiencies. No surprise that this data model is EDM, the Europeana data model. But before looking more closely at EDM, let's widen the scope a little bit to put the development of EDM in a more wider context. Let's see what linked open data is and why is it good for our partners and us.